This sign symbolizes one thing: star power. And tonight in Los Angeles, college basketball's brightest stars are here in search of awards. Trae Young, the transcendent shooter from Oklahoma, led the nation in scoring and assists, a finalist for the Wooden Award tonight. So too is Duke superstar Marvin Bagley III, a future pro, but what an impact he had on the college game. And few had the impact that Jalen Brunson did for Villanova. A champion. Can he add another trophy to his collection? A'ja Wilson also has a championship on her resume. Can the South Carolina star reign above all others on the women's side, or could it be Katie Lou Samuelson, one of a pair of UConn Huskies that are finalists for the Women's Wooden Award? College basketball's best will be in the shadows of some of the game's greats. Jerry West, Julius Erving, Karl Malone among the superstars here, and Shaquille O'Neal, a four-time NBA champion, 3 times with the Lakers across the way at the Staples Center, here to honor college basketball's best and brightest in the 4th annual College Basketball Awards Show.
Nice easy single dunk. Nice and
Tonight, we celebrate the best and brightest stars of college basketball as we bring the 2017-18 season to a close. The Basketball Hall of Fame presents the Bob Cousy Award to the nation's top point guard, the Jerry West Award to the best shooting guard, the Julius Erving Award to the top small forward, the Karl Malone Award to the best power forward. Of the John R. Wooden Award, presented by Wendy's, for the men's and women's most outstanding player of the year. Live from the Novo at LA Live in Los Angeles, it's the College Basketball Awards presented by Wendy's. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for the evening, Rece Davis.
Good evening, everyone. Glad to have you with us here at the Novo. Thanks for being with us to wrap up what has been a sensational college basketball season, and we are delighted to have you here to celebrate with us tonight. You know, if I'm going to be totally honest, at the start of the season, a little bit of a cloud over the game, but by the time we got to the Final Four, Sister Jean had sprinkled some holy water on the whole thing, and we were reminded of what we loved about this great sport. Think about what happened this season. Top 5 teams lost to unranked opponents 28 times, most ever. Unranked teams beat ranked opponents 152 times, also the most ever. And after going 0 for 135, a 16 seed finally beat a 1 seed in the tournament. Now, if you told me before that game that I had to either bet on UMBC beating Virginia or Greenberg and Billis regrowing hair, I would have bet all of my money on the resurrected hair follicles over the Retrievers. Maybe a little Sister Jean holy water can give them a mullet after all or something. You know, we have great star power in the crowd tonight, sort of fitting for being in Los Angeles. From the national champion Villanova Wildcats, there's Jay Wright and his lovely wife Patty. Jay. Jay has attained legendary status. We'll hear from him a little bit later on tonight, as he is our wooden legend of coaching. Also in the crowd with us tonight, a lot of Lakers in town, by the way, as we're about to have the unveiling in just a little while here in the LA Live area of the Elgin Baylor statue. Shaquille O'Neal is here with us tonight. Shaq, thanks for stopping by. By the way, if you haven't seen the Real Sports Story on Shaq and his empire, watch that. Well done, my friend. Well done. But of all of the big stars that we have here tonight, our most honored guests are the finalists for the John R. Wooden Player of the Year Award on both the men's and the women's side, and let's meet them now. An absolute force all over the floor, 24 double-doubles, second most by a freshman in Division I history. From Arizona, DeAndre Ayton. Fourth player. It's all right. DeAndre knows there's some hardware. He's coming to get it now. Fourth player in 30 years to lead the ACC in scoring and rebounding. Previous three, by the way, won the Wooden Award from Duke. Marvin Bagley III. This guy could become the first player since Anthony Davis to win the Wooden and the national championship. From Villanova, Jalen Brunson. Jalen. From Kansas, what a season this guy had, leading the Jayhawks back to the Final Four. Devontae Graham is here. And also a guy who really changed the way we covered college basketball this year. There was a bug on the screen all the time. Had to know, how many points does Trae Young from Oklahoma have? Trae, congratulations. Those are the men's finalists, and we will also give out the Women's Wooden Award tonight, and all of the finalists are with us as well. Boy, what a season the women had. Maybe the greatest, most exciting Final Four ever. From Louisville, she took her team to the Final Four, the ACC Player of the Year, Asia Durr. Also a finalist from the University of Oregon, Sabrina Ionescu. She set the Division I record for triple-doubles in 48 games into her career. That's ridiculous. From UConn, Katie Lou Samuelson is here. Led the Huskies in scoring, took them back to the Final Four. Her UConn teammate, Gabby Williams, uncanny floor vision, led the Huskies in assists. She too a finalist for the Wooden Award. And from the University of South Carolina, Asia Wilson. She is the Gamecocks' all-time leading scorer and block shot artist. One of only 4 players to have at least 2,300 points and 360 blocks. Two of the others, Brianna Stewart and Brittany Griner, combined to win 4 Wooden Awards. Those are Wooden finalists for both the men's and the women's side. In addition to the Wooden Award, we will also hand out position awards. The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame presents all of the position awards, and all of them are named for legendary figures in the sport. To hand out our first position award tonight, the man who is the inspiration for the NBA logo and a 2-time first-team All-American at West Virginia, the great Jerry West. Jerry?
Thank you. Thank you and good evening, everyone. This is a true honor for me to have my name, to have an award named after me that celebrates basketball's greatest shooting guard, past, present, and the future. I hold that in the highest esteem. On a personal note, I'd like to talk about my days at West Virginia University. The greatest days of my life, the greatest learning experience. At that time, by the way, gentlemen, we had to go to school for 4 years. And the things that I learned during my 4 years, I will tell you, were lifelong lessons for me. To the people of West Virginia, thank you for welcoming me with open arms. I love the state. I'm still a West Virginia boy. In turning to the present, we have 5 finalists that are truly deserving and have a dynamic presence on the floor. Let's take a look at the finalists.
Jerome Robinson is a special talent. Robinson, step back, right in front of Bagley.
Shooting starts with confidence, and it's sky high for Jerome Robinson.
Robinson for the dunk. He dunked on the entire state of New York.
You think about crazy, you're talking about Marcus Foster.
Corner, there's Foster leading away.
Foster finishes with a highlight dunk.
He's a Player of the Year candidate, and he's played like it. Foster, good night.
Grayson Allen, we've seen a kid that has grown right in front of our eyes.
Allen again. Got another one. Or you have Grayson Allen and Paul, the better Duke kid.
That is an athletic finish by Grayson Allen.
Kendrick Nunn, he's starting for the big time. He likes the spotlight.
One of the top scorers in the country is Kendrick Nunn. Nunn with the flush. How about Kendrick Nunn?
Everything is advertised.
Nunn again for 3.
Carson Edwards, that kid can turn on in a hurry.
Sophomore Carson Edwards, how good has he been?
He a player. He can flat out shoot the basketball. He's having a terrific year.
Edwards finds the basketball. Open look. He can't miss today.
It is now my honor to announce the 2018 Jerry West Shooting Guard of the Year Award to Carson Edwards, Purdue University.
Purdue's Carson Edwards averaged over 18 points per game this season. He also shot over 40% from three-point range.
That's a pretty good two-shot there, Carson. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank
Carson
you.
Edwards from Purdue.
Yes, sir.
Carson, you really stepped up your game this year. To what would you attribute the motivation that you had? A lot of people said you played with a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, just working and just continue to work on my game and just want to improve in every area of my game and just try to carry that into this season.
You guys at Purdue had a consummate team, a lot of veteran guys on the team. What does winning an individual award like this mean to you?
I mean, it's a blessing just to be able to have this opportunity and be here. All these great players and Hall of Famers, but just to show some of the work. I still have a lot of work, but just shows some of the work I have just paid off.
When you think about the decision that you have coming as far as returning to Purdue or not, what do you think will be the most important factor in helping you make that decision?
Just the feedback I get from the teams in the NBA, and just also I want to finish and get my education as well, and just talk with my parents and see how things go.
You had a sensational season, Carson. Congratulations on a great season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Winner of the Jerry West Award, Carson Edwards from Purdue. Now let's go over and say hello to my colleagues who have upgraded significantly in the fourth chair there with Molly McGrath.
Yes, we have.
Oh, thank you so much, Reese. I'm here with Jay Williams, Seth Greenberg, and Jay Billis to talk about a really interesting year in college basketball, you guys. It was a season full of surprises and, yes, scandal. We have to mention that. And the NCAA tournament was no exception to that. Reese mentioned it. We were introduced to Sister Jean on a national stage. A 16 seed beat a 1 seed, but Seth, it was the most predictable team and the most solid team that ended up winning the championship.
I think it's interesting. The season started, we were talking about all these freshmen and how good they were, and they were terrific. But at the end of the season, the best team, the team that was invested in each other with maturity and toughness and shared experiences, that won the championship and did it in a historic way.
It was historic is the word. It was a historic season. You had Trae Young leading the nation in scoring and assists for the first time since assists have been kept. Kansas won its 14th straight Big 12 championship. We talked about all the historic upsets, and you had two big guys in major conferences that averaged over 20 points, 10 rebounds, and shot 60% from the field, and they're both here tonight. It was absolutely a historic year. And Villanova capped off an historic 4-year run where they won more games over 4 years than any team in the history of this game.
Incredible.
Historic.
You know, Seth always talks about the coaches, and I always love to talk about the players. And when I think about the players that represent what this award could be tonight, you know, Bagley, just watching him be a man on the boards, Ayton, his versatility down low, his presence. Graham, just the toughness that comes along with leading that team that nobody expected, including this guy over here, for them to win their 14th consecutive Big 12 championship.
You don't like the field?
Brunson and his leadership, his poise, watching him grow. And then Trae Young just overtook college basketball. I mean, he was everywhere. He was the face of the game and still one of the most talented players in it. So I think we have great representation of what the award is tonight.
A lot of storylines this season. Villanova coming out on top, and head coach Jay Wright and Jalen Brunson, fresh off of their victory parade on Thursday. They're here tonight. We'll talk to them soon. But first, let's get this party started and hear from DJ Hoppa.
Molly, I agree. Let's get this party started. Everybody, my name is DJ Hoppa. It's my pleasure to be here tonight. People at home, I hope you're having a good time out there. LA, are you in the house? I need you to make some noise, LA. There we go. There we go. I also see my buddy Shaq in the house. Shaq, I know you want to get on these 1s and 2s up here, brother. I'm right up above you, man. If you want to get up here, we can do a little something. Guys, don't go anywhere.
Still to come, the Wooden Award presentation. Who will be the next recipient of the prestigious award in women's and men's college basketball? Plus, a closer look at the award's namesake and his legendary coaching career at UCLA. And Jay Williams had some fun on the set of General Hospital with a couple of Wooden finalists earlier today. The College Basketball Awards are presented by Wendy's, the official hamburger of the NCAA. Our Saturday primetime game has James Harden, CP3, and the Rockets hosting Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Houston's locked up the best record in the NBA, while the Thunder are fighting to stay alive in the playoff race. Our coverage tips with the NBA Countdown at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central on ABC and the ESPN app.
We're here at Wendy's Fan Jam. We've got pretty good company. And this is Microsoft Square at LA Live, but more importantly, we got the LAPD, LAFD kind of hanging out with us. So, Anthony, let me ask you something. First half gone pretty well. Break it down for me. I'm tired about talking about basketball. You break it down.
It's going pretty well. We are struggling a little bit right now on offense, but we're going to come back in the second half and give it to them.
The higher he gets,
It's an 8. It's not bad, but like Dr. J, he didn't even need a trampoline. 7, 8. Come on, you got to do better than that.
There was excitement when he arrived, but few could have imagined this level of hype. Young became more than just one and done, closer to one of a kind.
He's must-see TV. This kid is the face of college basketball.
At the very least, he was a rare breed, scoring from anywhere, passing from impossible angles, captivating fans, especially Sooner Nation. The weight of carrying Oklahoma wore on him as every move, every shot dissected. But Trae Young kept pushing, kept scoring, kept dealing.
Oh my goodness!
Leading the country in points and assists. Nobody had done that. Young got a ton of attention, and he earned every bit of it.
Man, what a ride Trae Young took us on this year. You mentioned the historical context of leading the nation, scoring and assists. What about for just the interest that he generated with fans wanting to see him play?
Trae Young was so exciting to watch this last season just as a teenager. I mean, he was drawing comparisons to Steph Curry. And that's some pretty heady stuff, and it was not unfair. I mean, you compare their numbers to when Steph Curry was a junior at Davidson and Trae Young's season this year at Oklahoma, and they compare really favorably. I mean, Trae Young had a season to remember in a lot of different ways.
He was appointment television. I'm like, if he was playing, you wanted to watch because you wanted to see what he was going to do next. And we talked about the logo range, and that was ridiculous. But to me, his vision made him really special. His ability to see plays before they happen, the ability to advance pass, coming off screens, reading all 5 defenders. To me, that's what made him different maybe than other guys that could just score it.
You watch him on television, and a lot of times you sort of wait until teams get into their offensive set. When he would get close to the midcourt line, you start leaning forward. Is he going to turn it loose or not? And he's a finalist for the Wooden Award tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 1993 Naismith Hall of Fame inductee, Julius Erving.
Right.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. I'm doing well. I want to thank the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame for bestowing me an honor of having an award with my name on it. So to come back to LA to make a presentation to the Small Forward of the Year is a real joy for me and my wife, Doris. Let me just say, I don't want to take you all the way back to my high school days or my college days, but I went to the University of Massachusetts, and I was genuinely a student athlete. I left school after 3 years, playing freshman ball for 1 year through an undefeated season and 2 varsity seasons, which we won 41 out of 50 games. Posted some good numbers. I averaged 28 points and 20 rebounds. I did say 20 rebounds. For all you big guys, getting those 10 rebounds. Y'all need to step it up, Jack. But I got to give a shout out to Jay Wright on behalf of Rolly Massimino, who we both loved. When I lived in Philadelphia, I lived in Villanova, PA, had access to the gym. I have 2 sons in their 40s who had access to the gym and went to the basketball camps that Rolly used to host. So I was really, really happy for you guys to win this year. Let's take a look at this year's finalists for the Julius Erving Small Forward Award. Thank you.
Keelan Martin at 6'7" can shoot the three.
This kid here is a scorer. What he does, step backs, up and unders, fade away.
Keelan Martin strong to the hole, for the lead.
Miles Bridges is a National Player of the Year candidate, the best dunker in college basketball.
You can't teach many of the things he possesses. I'm telling you, he is a fantastic jump shooter. Bridges for three.
Yeah!
Oh, the big star delivers. But Keita Bates-Diop makes things easy.
Bates-Diop, he has been on fire.
I don't think I've seen a kid all year long does things easier on a basketball court.
And another one for Keita Bates-Diop.
That is just nasty. It's not really fair.
Mikal Bridges, the kid's a stud.
How good is Mikal Bridges knocking down threes? He's one of the best two-way players in college basketball.
Bridges the steal.
Oh, what? Up and away, baby. Up and away. Bridges knocks down a triple.
Trayvon Blewett, who can get you 40 on a given night.
One of the best players in the country.
Trayvon Blewett should be involved in the National Player of the Year conversation.
You want the ball in Trayvon Blewett's hands down the stretch. He can put it on the deck, he can rack it, and he has unlimited range.
It is now my honor to announce the 2018 Julius Erving Small Forward of the Year to Mikal Bridges, Villanova.
Villanova's Mikal Bridges averaged over 17 points per game and led the Wildcats in scoring 16 times this season.
Congratulations.
Look good holding that, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, so you win 2 championships out of 3 years. How would you characterize your leadership role with a team that has accomplished such an incredible feat?
It took a lot of hard work. You know, we had up and downs, and you know, it wasn't easy. You know, we started off not defending that well as a team. Coach got on us, and it started with me, Jalen, and Phil. You know, as captains, you know, just stay coachable and just try to prepare this team to be the best team possible, and that's what we did.
Which championship was more difficult, this year or 2 years ago, and why?
Most difficult? See, I think probably this year just because, for myself, just, having a different role and playing more. Mm-hmm. When I was 2 years ago, I really didn't play that much, so it wasn't as hard for maybe Ryan Arch or, Josh Hart, but probably this year, I think.
Tell me one great moment about Jay Wright that maybe nobody else knows. He coached me at USA Basketball, so I have a couple of good moments, but I want to hear one from you.
Just him staying on us. He makes you the best player you can be possible. You think you're doing a great job, and he knows that, but he wants more out of you, and he just wants more and more out of you. And one of the best coaches, especially the best coach I ever had.
Well, congratulations once again. And from a small forward award, we all know why we're here for the John Wooden Award. We have a little competition we do here at ESPN where we see each and every year who can come up with the most creative and funny 2-minute special on John Wooden. Sean Farnham took a jab at it. Check it out.
Hey all, Sean Farnham here with a story of one of the most iconic coaches in all of sports. It's someone who impacted my life greatly. Every time I took the floor at Pauley Pavilion, he was sitting right behind the bench. Coach John R. Wooden, the first person enshrined into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame as both a player and a coach, was born in Hall, Indiana in 1910. Before he became a basketball coach at UCLA, John Wooden was a basketball player at Purdue. And before being known as the Wizard of Westwood, he had a far less inspiring nickname, the Indiana Rubber Man, for his hard-nosed dives on the court. He won then Player of the Year in college basketball, the Helms Award, as a junior. Believe it or not, John Wooden did have a losing season as a head coach. Just one. It came in 1932, his first year at Dayton High School in Kentucky. After 2 years in the Navy during World War II, Lieutenant John Wooden began his college coaching career at Indiana State Teachers College in Terre Haute, Indiana. Later that year, John Wooden was asked to return to his alma mater, Purdue, to serve as an assistant coach for 1 year before taking over the program. He turned it down. Fortunately for UCLA, he decided to go west, becoming the head coach of the Bruins in 1948, where he would go on to win 10 national championships, including a run of 7 straight. Along the way to unprecedented achievement, John Wooden shared a roadmap with his pyramid of success, focused on winning at both basketball and life. His love for basketball was only surpassed by his love of God and his wife Nell, whose name he insisted come first on the dedication of the court in Pauley Pavilion. John R. Wooden, a man who gave so much to the game, and a man to whom the game is indebted.
John Wooden undoubtedly changed college basketball and touched the lives of many, including this former Bruin and Hall of Famer, Ann Myers Drysdale. And Ann, I know that he was a mentor to you. You affectionately call him Papa. What is your favorite Coach Wooden story?
I think a lot of it has to do with my brother David, who was on his last championship team. And certainly being around Papa was wonderful because I remember being at an event that he was speaking at, and he was always such a great poet and knew all these poems by heart. And I said, how do you remember all these things? And he said, I was a teacher. Oh. And he always considered himself a teacher.
Well, this award is just one example of his effect on the game today, but where do you see his biggest fingerprints on college basketball now?
I think just the fact that he cared. And it was about teaching the game. He loved the fundamentals, and the fundamentals of the game came into the fundamentals of life and how you treat people with respect.
Thank you so much for your time, Ann. We appreciate it.
There's plenty more to come from the Novo at LA Live in Los Angeles. It's the College Basketball Awards presented by Wendy's.
DeAndre Ayton possesses the size and the strength that makes it seem absolutely unfair that he plays at the collegiate level.
Underneath, Ayton, stop it home!
When I think about him, I compare him to the likes of Shaq, Hakeem Olajuwon, and the Admiral. DeAndre Ayton is a force to be reckoned with on any level.
A throwdown for DeAndre Ayton.
Fearless at the rim, and he can even step back and knock down the J. Unmatched talent with the mentality to dominate every play. DeAndre Ayton, Wooden Award finalist.
Just across the way from where we are at the Staples Center, the ceremony has started with the unveiling of the Elgin Baylor statue. What a figure he is in Los Angeles basketball history. Don't forget NBA Special Edition Monday night, 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 on the West Coast. It'll be the Pelicans and the Clippers. You can always see it streaming live on the ESPN app. Now let's take a look back at some of the Wendy's Women's Wooden Award winners over the past decade.
I am joined now by two Women's Wooden Award finalists, UConn's Gabby Williams and Katie Lou Samuelson. And Gabby, I'm going to start with you because you're a senior now, and in your 4 years at UConn, you've only lost 3 games, and those 3 were all in overtime. How has this program found so much success?
I mean, because I remember every one of those losses, probably more than the wins, and I think that's what keeps this program so great is we're always trying to find our vulnerabilities and what can hurt us in the tournament, and we kind of try to nip it in the bud as soon as we can.
Katie Lou, we're now exactly a week away from that Final Four loss to Notre Dame. Hopefully the sting has subsided a little bit, but when you look back at that run, what stands out most to you?
I mean, the sting hasn't subsided, but I think the run we had as a team just overall is really amazing to look at, and it's just nice to see everything we were able to accomplish as a team.
Gabby, what is it like having Geno Auriemma as a coach?
It's a great time. He's going to be your biggest, supporter also. And, I mean, everyone thinks that he's kind of, just mean all the time, but he's just honest, he's truthful, and he's never trying to play games with you. He's just, if you need to get better at something, then he'll tell you, but if you're doing a great job, he'll tell you.
Katie Lou, there's a long line of successful UConn women's players who have been here at the Wooden Awards. What does it mean for you to be here?
It's a blessing. It's amazing, to be here with Gabby, especially just being able to share that with her and understanding all the players that have come before. It's humbling, and just to be mentioned amongst those names is a great feeling.
Well, you guys have accomplished so much. Thank you so much for being here. As we all remember, in the Final Four, UConn's quest for a championship and for greatness was ended with a buzzer beater by Arike Ogunbowale. She has a knack for those, as we've learned, but those are just some of the great moments from the women's tournament. Let's take a look.
Camera loves me.
When this thing's over, you need to be physically and mentally exhausted.
Some people move. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. As long as you've got hope, you'll find your way. There's power in the thoughts that you think.
Every single thing we've done since we've been here, we had to fight for it.
Oregon State will advance to their third Sweet 16. How about that? A Sweet 16. Yeah, baby. Here we go.
Here's Johnson to tie the game. 5.7 remaining. Hines Allen. No good! A chance to finish the unfinished business for the Dogs. Dangerfield to tie the game. Got it! For a trip to the national championship. Who wants it? Ogunbowale. Good! Notre Dame with the win! Off to the title game!
Ladies and gentlemen, here to present the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award, Jay Bilas.
That's not me.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. One of my greatest joys is being among the ambassadors of this great game of basketball. It has been a source of joy, love, and passion for me for my entire life. Having this award in my name for the best center in the game is truly an honor. And it's making me think now, you know, the way that the game is changing now with the three-point shot, that probably I've set a very easy standard to get past in that area, because I made one of 13 shots, three-point shots that I took in my career. So they won't have a hard time getting past that level. But I wish all of them well. Let's take a look at this year's finalists.
If you haven't seen Isaac Haas, you're going to see a special kid. Nobody is locking down Isaac Haas. Get T-shirts, Haas. Get T-shirts, 7-2. Haas again with the choke hook. Nobody's playing him one-on-one when he steps in like that.
Talk about St. Mary's, you have to talk about one of the best players in all of college basketball, and that's Jock Landale. Landale, a little thunder from down under. He's the key component to everything that works offensively for the game.
Angel Delgado, he's big, he's strong, he carves out space.
Delgado, that's where he's best at. Rebounding and putting it back in.
Delgado pushing, shoving, fading, hitting. Look like Hakeem down there.
Thomas Wells, you talk about a student athlete who's perfect in all aspects.
And Wells nails it.
Top
process well. Too good, too smooth. What a power. What an incredible human being.
Brandon McCoy, the 7'1" freshman.
Get a look at this big guy because he is the real deal.
McCoy showing some range. McCoy for the slam.
A star is born.
It is now my honor to announce the 2018 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Center of the Year Award to Angel Delgado of Seton Hall.
Seton Hall's Angel Delgado averaged over 13 points per game this season and is the Big East career leader rebounding.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir. No, step over here. Yeah. First of all, I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You've been called to some. That's got to be the worst thing you ever called is Jay Bilas, right? I'm sorry that happened. Angel, congratulations. First of all, what is it like to have an award named after the greatest big man of all time and one of the greatest gentlemen in the game's history?
It's great. It's like a dream come true. So I'm so happy. I've been so happy only to be in the top 5, and now that I'm winning, I'm so nervous that I can't even explain how proud of my family and myself I am right now, and be part of this unbelievable award. I'm just happy for it.
Well, if you're nervous, we can't tell. And you're the all-time leading rebounder in Big East history. Against Kansas in the NCAA tournament, you had 24 points, 23 rebounds. What makes a great rebounder?
I just wanted more. I always put in my mind that I wanted more than anybody that I'm playing against. So I always say to my coach, don't worry about it. Until my teammates shoot it, I'm going to go get it. So that's my mentally. That's what I always say.
Well, hang on to this award with both hands. You deserve it. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, DJ Hoppa, you got any Jeezy up there?
Yeah. What is it?
You got any Jeezy up there?
G-Eazy, is that what you want, Jay?
Bump it.
All right. Jay asking for some G-Eazy. How's everybody doing out there? Y'all still with us here at the Novo? Yeah, big shout out to all of our winners thus far. When we return, we honor Coach Jay Wright, fresh off Villanova's second national championship in 3 years with the John R. Wooden Legends of Coaching Award. Don't go anywhere, stick around. More from the College Basketball Awards.
There will never, ever be another Larry Bird.
Goes to Jordan, and the rest is nothing but crowd-pleasing in Carolina.
David Robinson's a phenomenal athlete. So whatever David wants to do, David can do.
Gets it low to Duncan, who goes around the feet J.J. Redick, he is on fire.
Kevin Durant putting on a show now.
Deep three left wing, good, and Buddy Hield.
Jalen Brunson has been quietly dominating the Big East. He can drop 30 if needed to, or dish the rock and let his Wildcats shine.
Pretty pass, better finish.
Scoring in a multitude of ways, Jay Wright refers to him as the most complete player in college basketball.
Out of the pack, throws in the left-handed jam.
The little fundamental is the embodiment of a team-first player. He has toughness, moxie, the it factor that can win basketball games. That is the exact recipe for what makes a Wooden Player of the Year.
The Villanova Wildcats celebrated their second national title in 3 years yesterday as they paraded throughout downtown Philly. And guys, Jalen Brunson was a big part of both of those teams, but in very different roles. In 2016, he took kind of a backseat to Ryan Arcidiacono. But this year, it was his team. And Jay, he was the leader of the most efficient offense in the country.
And maybe the most efficient guard in the country. Jalen Brunson was really the Tom Brady of college basketball, a fabulous leader. And not just a winner, but a champion, and proved that. And I can't remember the last time I saw a point guard get double-teamed in the post. He could operate out of the post. He could operate on the perimeter. Great passer, great defender, did it all.
I can't remember the last time anyone posted up a point guard. Goes back to the coaches, brilliant coaching.
Right.
When I think of Jalen Brunson, I think of a leader, I think of a winner, I think of toughness. And you can't be a leader unless other people will follow you. And when you watched him with his teammates you knew exactly who they were following. And they followed him right to a national championship.
Well, Jalen Brunson looking to be Villanova's first ever Wooden Award winner. We're going to find out that news soon. But first, Reese has more information on his head coach, Jay Wright.
Molly, you know, John Wooden didn't win a national championship until his 18th year as a head coach, his 16th at UCLA, and as you know, 9 more followed after that. Coach Wooden told a story about being asked one time, how come it took you so long to win a national championship? Wooden responded, I'm a slow learner, but you might notice that once I learn something, I have it down pretty good. Jay Wright could be in that same boat. Jay Wright didn't win a national championship until his 22nd year as a head coach, and now he has 2 in 3 years. Apparently, Jay has learned it, and he has it down pretty good. Now, a Wooden legend of coaching with Gene Wojciechowski.
John Wooden paid attention to detail, which is why he would have paid attention to Villanova's Jay Wright. Wright is all about the little things, which, as Wooden always preached, eventually add up to the big things. Wright's body of work, all 24 years of it as a head coach, is filled with both small and large moments, challenges and championships, memories and legacies. He played high school ball in Pennsylvania, played college ball in Pennsylvania, got his first D1 coaching job in Pennsylvania, and has become a basketball mainstay in Pennsylvania. The Commonwealth owes him a statue, or at least a street name. Wright is part creation of the great Rollie Massimino, who for years thought his young Villanova assistant was Italian. That's okay. Wright could coach. Massimino knew it, Hofstra knew it, and Villanova knew it when it hired him 17 seasons ago.
You look out here and see all these Villanova people. It's just so awesome.
Since then, Wright has steadily built a program by paying attention to detail, by earning the trust of his players. And his players have rewarded that trust with wins, with conference titles, and with 2 national championships in the last 3 years. None of it is an accident.
Michigan ran into a supernova tonight. Villanova, your 2018 national champions.
John Wooden would have liked Wright. He would have liked his humility, his personality, and his grace in victory and defeat. The little things matter, from the perfect pocket square to the perfect pocket pass. That is the right way. Always has been, always will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to present the John R. Wooden Legends of Coaching Award, former Villanova great and 2006 Wooden Award finalist, Randy Foye.
To the coolest human being I know, the easiest person to talk to in the world, Coach Wright, congratulations on 2 national championships in the last 3 years. And for every 4-year player graduating on time with his degree, you inspired us to be great, not only on the court, but in the classroom. Your attitude every single day is being drawn in like a sponge by the young men you lead. Your positivity, your tough love is much needed to help average basketball players become great student athletes. Way before you became our coach at Villanova, you were a winner. You taught me how to fight through pain. You taught me how to fight when I didn't really want to fight. But I thank and I appreciate it. The reason I worked so hard in the classroom to overcome my fear of public speaking, because I didn't want to let you down. I looked up to you without ever telling you, look at the suit that I'm wearing today. The way you love your wife, the way you love your kids, I try to mimic that on a day-to-day basis because family is the most important thing to me in the world, and you showed me that. Way before I got you at Villanova, I didn't know what family and love really felt like. You showed me every single day of my life that no matter my past, that my future was bright if I trusted you in the classroom and on the court. I did, and the rest is history. Behind every good man, there's a great woman, and Patty, you are that. What you meant to me at Villanova, I can never express in words, but you're still a mother to me, and I appreciate you, and I thank you for it. Coach Wright, you practice what you preach, humble and hungry, play hard, play smart, play together, and play with pride. Attitude to me means when no one is watching, will you continue to give your all, or would you quit and give up? You have the heart of a champion, and I'm just happy to say that you coached me. So it's an honor to present you with the John R. Wooden, the Legends Award. Congratulations, Coach.
That was awesome. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you.
Great,
Thank you, buddy.
congratulations.
Thank you. I gotta get over tearing up here a little bit.
I'll give you a minute, man. That was tremendous. That was awesome. Heartfelt. It really shows the relationship that coaches have with players. What does it mean to you to get this award, not only get the award, but to share it with Randy, and Jalen, Mikhail, and so many people who've been part of this Villanova success?
Yeah, and Josh Hart was here last night, and this award is really humbling, and to have your name associated with John Wooden is incredible. But to have Randy stand up here, if you would have saw him when he first had to speak in college, he was sweating so bad they let him stop speaking in class. And to see the man he's become, and the man Jalen is, and Mikhail, and Josh, that's the best thing about coaching.
What would you have said, say early in your career, say when you're at Hofstra, somebody had said, hey, you know what? A few years from now, you're going to be a Wooden legend of coaching.
When I was at Hofstra, my assistant Tom Pecor and I were talking about opening up a bait and tackle shop at the Jersey Shore after 4 straight losing seasons. That's what we were honestly doing. So obviously I would have never thought I'd be here.
We talked about this when you and I visited the day before the championship game this year, and it's one thing for a coach to win a championship, and that's incredibly hard to do and remarkable, but when a coach wins more than one, it elevates them into a different realm. A few days now, the celebration, what's that been like?
The celebration, and since being there, the parade in Philadelphia, coming out here with Jalen and Mikhail and Josh and all our guys, having Randy do this, I'm still walking on air. I don't think I've wrapped my arms around that yet, but this night tonight, being here with all these great players, and I really feel like I'm walking on air.
Well, Jay, it's well-deserved. Congratulations on being the Wooden legend of coaching. Jay Wright, the national champion Villanova, their win was the culmination of what was a spectacular season in men's college basketball.
I hate playing slow. Let's have some fun. Are you ready? Look out. Oh, baby! This is too much fun. One of the biggest upsets of the college basketball season. What a night for Grayson Allen. McLaughlin, stop and start. To the rim, lays it in. What a finish. Davis at the horn. Wins it. For the first time in 23 years.
The kid is on another level.
This kid is the face of college basketball. Oh! Mikal Bridges slam and then a block at the other end. Wow! Trevon Duval with a thunderous dunk. What a performance by North Carolina in the second half.
LeChance an open look for three. He hit it.
Bridges for three. Yes!
Oh! Here's a stop. A pop. Oh my goodness.
Zach Norvell, a slow by Jordan Hart. Northwestern running Michigan State out of the gym after being down by 27. They really had to dig deep to get this one. Taylor Persons does it again. Are you kidding me? The cardiac kid out here. After trailing by 34 points, Drexel comes all the way back from behind and wins it.
It's Hunter for three. A bank. It's open late, and Virginia wins.
Tony Bennett, who was... I thought Tony Bennett is a stinger. The 14th consecutive Big 12 championship is an outright title.
sophomore shooting guard Andrew Jones, who's been diagnosed with leukemia.
Andrew's the best fighter on our team, and I know he's really going to fight.
He has an entire team playing and praying for him right now.
Kicks it to the corner. Ozakowski hits. Fisher. No! Andrew Jones, that one's for you.
Robertus Giga, sensing his mother in 5 years. Surprise.
34 straight. He does not break the Chris Street record.
Did you miss the free throw on purpose?
Yeah, obviously that's not my record to have.
Mr. Graham, what a career he has had. Allen will walk off this court for the last time.
They recruit to love each other.
Tonight ain't for fourth place. Tonight's for all of us.
Jones for the win. He nailed it. With 3 seconds, 2 puts it up. UMBC going dancing.
Lipscomb has its first date with the dance.
My photo bombing you.
Look at that! Bridges, desperation.
Coach Williams is not happy.
Do or die for Bama. Must win to make the NCAA tournament. Sexton got it. He got it. He got it. Roll Tide. They did it.
Are you ready?
Top to Ingram, 3 for the win. Good.
The ultimate upset has happened. A 16 has beaten a 1. Pull 3 for the win. He got it. He got it.
Down 22. Nevada has completed an amazing comeback. Loyola rambles on to the Sweet 16.
Cinderella will continue to dance. Loyola's off to the Elite Eight.
The Michigan Wolverines will move on to the Final Four.
The national champions in 2016 will go to the Final Four in 2018. And that'll do it. Kansas leaves the Devils blue.
Be careful, San Antonio. The Ramblers are on their way.
He'll step back and shoot a 3.
Faulkner with a 3. Top of the key for 3, and it's good. What a shot. The Michigan Wolverines are in the national championship game. Tries a 3 on the right wing, and he hits. And a Final Four record for the most threes made in a game. Villanova clip the Jayhawks' wings.
Michigan and Villanova have basketball plans for Monday night. DiVincenzo with 18 first half points. High dribble, holds it, now fires down. One-hand hammer from Amari Spillman. Bridges 3 in transition, good. DiVincenzo 3 on the left wing, good again. He had 2 Wolverines in his face, and he did not care. Michigan ran into a supernova tonight for the second time in 3 years. Nova is number 1.
Back to the Novo at LA Live. This is the College Basketball Awards presented by Wendy's. LA Live, where are you guys at? LA, are you still with us here? Okay. My people on the floor, are you still with us down there? Yeah, all right. Welcome back to the Novo here at LA Live. Let's take a look at another Wooden Award finalist.
While he could very well still be in high school, Marvin Bagley III reclassified to come to college early and to set Duke and ACC records for productivity as a freshman.
A spectacular finish!
With size, length, and skill, Bagley's motor never stops, and it has the spectacularly talented Duke freshman among the final candidates for the John R. Wooden Award.
Kansas went to their first Final Four since 2012 by taking down Duke in the Elite Eight, and we have 2 stars from that game, Marvin Bagley and Devontae Graham. I hope this isn't too awkward for you guys, sitting next to each other. No? Devontae, I'm going to start with you because there were 18 lead changes, 11 ties in that game. What will you remember most from that game?
Just how excited the crowd was, and you know, it was just electric in there, and you know, just the back and forth, guys making big shots, and you know, just winning that game was special for me.
So you guys are cool now, Marvin. It's been a couple weeks since that loss, but what will you remember most about the run this year?
We went through a lot of ups and downs. We lost some tough ones earlier in the year, but that's a part of the whole thing. And we came together, and we just tried to come together and make a big run. But unfortunately, it ended. But it was a great season.
Marvin, you're so lucky. Both of you are so lucky to learn from two Hall of Fame head coaches. In your freshman season, how did Mike Krzyzewski change you?
He definitely helped me out a lot on a lot of different things, like taking care of my body and things off the court that I kind of really didn't pay attention to. But just being around him every day and seeing how he prepares for every single game and what he does before each game, I kind of learned how to prepare as well. So just being able to watch and study him and the rest of the coaches as well, it was a great experience for me.
Devontae, what's the biggest thing that you learned from Bill Self?
I think kind of like how to be a man, being with him for 4 years, being around his family, watching how he treat us, and just, the things you learn on the court, off the court from him is second to none. He's like a father figure to me. So just learning how to be a man off the court.
Very cool. Well, from two Hall of Fame head coaches to a newly inducted Hall of Fame player, Tracy McGrady, who has a message for us. Let's take a listen.
As a member of the Hall of Fame class of 2017, I joined an elite group of the best of all time to play, coach, and contribute to the game we all love. The Hall of Fame is the pinnacle of our sport, and I'm very humbled and honored to have my legacy featured forever in the birthplace of basketball at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Tracy. On behalf of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, we congratulate this year's award winners and thank the Hall of Famers for their continued support of these prestigious awards. We hope you can all make your way to the Hall of Fame and visit the birthplace of basketball, Springfield, Massachusetts, and help celebrate the game we all love.
Celebrate the game and honor the history of the game. J-Will, are you aware of the saying that history repeats itself?
Yes, I am.
Did you know that Bob Cousy, struggling a little bit in some relationships with his coach in terms of the way he wanted him to play, wrote to St. John's and said that he was thinking about transferring?
A player was really thinking about transferring?
As strange as that may seem, a player considering transfer. But here's something that hasn't repeated itself yet. The St. John's coach, Joe Lapchick, told him to go back to Holy Cross. That might be different than what we have now. The coaches don't. Even Jay Wright's smiling a little bit here. But Cousy was a trailblazer in terms of point guards playing with flair and passion and creativity.
He was the Houdini of the hardwood. For young kids out there who don't know him at home, he had daring passes, and purists didn't like it actually back then. But when you start looking at the numbers, RD, the accolades, they're actually quite staggering. 1957, he was the league MVP. He was a 10-time All-NBA first-teamer. And in 1959, he set the single-game record for assists in the game, 19, and he only played one half. Goes to show you how good Bob Cousy is, Hall of Famer.
He could deal for sure, and the best point guard of the year is honored with the Bob Cousy Award. Here are the finalists for this year's award.
The guy should be in front of everybody's mind is Kansas Devontae Graham.
He's basically the heart and soul of his Kansas City.
Big-time plays is Devontae Graham going to make. Forces up a player that goes. Are you kidding me? He has been a superstar.
Joel Berry is not just a winner. He is an absolute champion.
He'll take the three. Oh, splash it through. Put him on a little skates. Joel Berry is an All-American for three.
Yes! Joel Berry's playing with a smile on his face.
You want highlights? Trae Young has it. You want great passes? Trae Young delivers.
He sees plays before they happen.
Here's Young. Moists. Oh, my. I mean, you talk about from deep.
Trae Young can make those types of plays.
Did you watch Jalen Brunson? You fall in love with his game.
He is showing why he's the best point guard in the nation. He just makes really intelligent plays.
Makes big shots. He makes big plays. He makes everyone else better.
He does all the hard work.
Javon Carter has become the heart and soul of this West Virginia program.
He's a National Defensive Player of the Year. No, there's a two-way player like that in the country.
Here's Carter. For three.
One of the best guards in America, flat out.
Is a reflection of what Bobby Huggins is all about.
It is my honor to announce the winner of this year's Bob Cousy Point Guard of the Year Award, and the winner is, from Villanova, Jalen Brunson.
Villanova's Jalen Brunson was this season's Big East Player of the Year and averaged more than 18 points per game.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jalen. You are the consummate team guy, the consummate team leader, but you have collected a barrel full of individual awards during this postseason. What do those mean to you?
It means the world to me. It really means it just shows how hard I worked individually, but by not really focusing on individual awards, just focus on my team, focus on my teammates, and how we can be the best team we can be.
And if you were focusing on team and teammates, I want you to take me back to your last loss. After the Creighton game, what changed about this team? What happened and what changed?
Just a sense of urgency, a sense of desire. We just want to continue to be the best thing we can be, continue to work. We just try to stay open-minded every day into practice, and we just really just stuck together through the toughest times of our year, really. And we just kept grinding and kept getting better.
If Jay Wright were to really run a bait and tackle shop, what would he wear to work?
Probably the same thing he's on right now.
Could you see him doing that?
Really, no. No. Not at all.
All right, Jalen, congratulations on this. Well-deserved. Enjoyed watching you play this year. Congratulations on the awards. Congratulations on the national championship as well.
Thank you.
Jalen Brunson from Villanova. You know, we're not too far away from Hollywood, and one of the things that people get so worried about if they're in the acting profession is getting typecast. They want to try to branch out a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. For a guy whose life is a soap opera, Jay Williams is like in a soap opera.
Here at the 2018 College Basketball Awards, we're at ABC's General Hospital Studio. We just got a tour. Trae Young alongside Asia Wilson. We're gonna get our acting chops going. Didn't I say you have to be at Award 4?
Oh, my bad.
Didn't you? Maternity? Right. And all these pages. I don't even know how to work a pager.
Well, it's clearly a problem with his liver. We're gonna have to put him back on dialysis. But let's talk about the real problem.
I just want to forget about that night in the supply closet, okay?
I want you, and I know you want me, and I'm not afraid of the repercussions.
My husband is on the hospital board.
I am not afraid of Paul either. If he were here right now, I'd confront him about keeping you in a loveless marriage.
Dr. Bennett, stop. Okay, please, you're just talking crazy.
There is nothing crazy about how I feel for you.
Is there something you want to say to me, Bennett?
All right, guys. Well, what do you think? Come on over. Let's give it a try.
Doesn't matter how many lines you got. How you deliver it.
You guys, I feel like you can do this. You can nail this, right? I mean, if anybody can handle the pressure, it's you, right?
Dr. Nash, there's clearly something wrong with his liver. All right, can we start this over? Oh, come on now, Amelia. Are you gonna deny your feelings for me?
I just want to just forget that one night in the supply closet. Like, what if someone said something?
Oh, let them talk.
Oh.
Let them talk. I want you and you want me.
Oh, my husband. He's on the hospital board.
I'm not afraid of Paul.
Please, please stop. You're talking crazy.
There's nothing crazy about my love for you.
You got something to say to me, Bennett?
Dr. Paul?
I think I was holding my laugh in so hard I started sweating.
Jay, that was murder. I was back here just celebrating the moment. I thought that was fantastic. You've got a career in this.
Trey, my man, watching you feels like I'm watching me, and that's a beautiful thing.
Asia, I think that you have really great comedic instincts. You made the most of what you had there. Matt, did you want to critique them?
Have you guys ever considered a career in sports?
I just know if I ever wind up in the hospital and Jay Will's the doctor, I'm going to say, well, it's been a good run.
Thanks, RD. I'm here with Haley. Haley, what do you think was the most fun part about yesterday, or most difficult part about yesterday?
Oh, the most difficult part was probably not laughing, to be quite honest.
It was that bad?
It was that good.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay. Were you able to really be critique? I mean, were you able to really tell us how to be better?
No.
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 Okay.
I really didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But again, really good comedic timing. Very.
Yeah. Okay. Trey and Asia. I mean, they destroyed it. What did you think about their performances?
I think that they're awesome. I think it was super fun seeing them do something that was outside of their comfort zone, and I think they rocked it.
All right. Well, thank you. That means we're going to break. Yeah, we'll keep going. There.
Coming up, we hand out the hardware for the Karl Malone Award to the nation's best power forward. And we'll wrap up the evening with the John R. Wooden Award, presented by Wendy's, given to the most outstanding college player in men's and women's basketball. Welcome back to the College Basketball Awards presented by Wendy's. Now let's go down to the Wendy's Fan Jam in Microsoft Square at LA Live with Seth.
All the crusties you can eat. By the way, Jay Will, they didn't treat you like this at General Hospital. Kind of looks like DeAndre Ayton on a fast break. Ayton kicking ahead, bam. That's not the result we wanted. You keep on trying to steal our basketball. I'm shooting a lot of breaks here. Where's Jay Will when you need him? Ready? Oh, get out. Oh, I got fouled. You fouled me, dude. You gonna steal it? Step back.
Devontae Graham epitomizes a Wooden Award candidate.
He has been a superstar.
His leadership obvious as he pours his heart and soul onto the court, scratching and clawing on every possession.
And the finish by Devontae Graham.
When the moment demands the most, this Jayhawk delivers. His winning combination of swagger and passion make Devontae Graham a worthy Wooden Award candidate.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the second leading scorer in NBA history and 2010 Naismith Hall of Fame inductee, Karl Malone.
All right. Thanks everyone for being here. I'll keep this short and sweet. I don't like wearing these things up on my ear, but that's okay. Thanks for everybody being here. Unbelievable athletes here, their parents. A lot of people put a lot of work into it. I just want to say that when you play in the game of basketball, you play for a team. You don't play for individual awards. So when the NBA said that they was going to do a Karl Malone Power Forward Award, it was exciting, but you don't think about it because, you know, it's just the way we are. But when they do it, it's pretty amazing. So I'm honored and blessed and humbled to be here amongst a lot of great players, NBA players. Enjoy the ride. The ladies, we do not give the ladies enough credit in the game. So to all the ladies, awesome job. And I just want to say that keep doing what you're doing. Everybody watching, I'll watch it. I'll watch as it go on into the season. So thank you guys for all the effort y'all do. This year, my award, the Karl Malone Power Forward Award, it's a lot to go into it. One of the main things is trials and tribulations that I went through as a little boy to get to where I'm at. And the same thing with the finalists. So we're going to take a look at them right now.
DeAndre Ayton's the best player in the country.
Coaches have nightmares thinking about a guy like him and his skill set.
Have not seen a player of his caliber since Shaquille O'Neal.
Ayton comes back and swats it out of bounds. 3 on 1. Goes hard to the rim and stuffs it through.
Marvin Bagley has been absolutely spectacular.
Marvin Bagley is the most dominant player on the collegiate level.
He finishes like no one can finish.
He has extreme athletic ability.
Like a gazelle gliding in transition.
It is absurd.
Nick King getting his scores at all different levels. From deep, Nick King.
The Blue Raiders, they run their offense through him.
King gets to the lane. Such a feathery flick.
King is in the building.
However you need it done, Nick King knows how to score.
Luke May, what a story he has become. He has become a star.
Luke May having a night.
Luke May.
How'd you like to have to guard that all game long.
May spots up for another three.
Luke May is having an outstanding year.
South Dakota State, led by the player of the year in the league, Mike Dumb, just been outstanding all season long, putting up video game-like number. Dumb taking matters into his own hands, rolls it up and in. Dumb, deep three. He is a triple threat.
And the 2018 Karl Malone Power Forward Award winner go to DeAndre Ayton, Arizona.
Arizona's DeAndre Ayton led the Pac-12 in rebounds per game this season. He also had 24 double-doubles, which tied for the most in Division I.
Thank you.
DeAndre, congratulations.
Thank you.
24 double-doubles. One of only 5 guys that have averaged a double-double over the last 25 years. But here you got Karl Malone over here. Describe your game to Karl Malone.
I'm a competitor. I play hard on both ends of the floor. I have a lot of intensity, and I try to lead. I know I'm young, but I try to lead as much as I can by example.
Kind of sounds like this guy right here, doesn't it? Makes sense to me. What was your most memorable moment this past season?
Playing in Oregon. There's a lot of adversity in that game, a lot of distractions. But I only had one goal, was to win that game. And not having Coach Miller coach that game was a lot of pressure. And it really brought me and my teammates together. And it was us against the world that game. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win. But we grew up and our relationships got stronger.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Molly, you've got a couple of special guests up there with you.
Yeah, that's right, Seth. Karl Malone would love this because we're talking women's hoops now. As Louisville and Oregon both had historic seasons for their programs, and the future is bright thanks to the efforts of the Cardinals' Asia Durr and Sabrina Ionescu from Oregon. And Sabrina, I'm going to start with you because you're just a sophomore. What does it mean for you to be here tonight?
It's a blessing. I don't really feel like I'm so young because I'm so used to playing with a lot of these players and watching them on TV and learning from them. But it's honestly humbling, and I'm really honored to be here and surrounded by such great people.
You definitely don't play like you're young. Asia, looking back at the year that you had reigning ACC Player of the Year, what's your favorite memory from all of that?
I would say going to the Final Four. It was a whole lot of fun. We had a great year. We have a tough conference with great players, great teams. So winning a conference tournament and then going to the Final Four.
Very cool. Thank you for your time, guys. And Reese has more Women's Wooden Award finalists. Reese, take it away.
The other 3 finalists, Molly, as we get closer and closer to handing out the Wendy's Wooden Award, a couple of UConn players, Katie Lou Samuelson, Gabby Williams, Asia Wilson from South Carolina. So as you're waiting for an award like this, what's the adrenaline like right now?
I'm just really happy to be here, and to be honest, I'm just freezing.
Can we get this woman a blanket? Here. Are you freezing too?
Yeah, I think all of us are.
So has that changed your anticipation? Are you nervous at all?
Like Lou said, I'm just happy to be here and just really enjoying the night and watching everyone else get their awards. It's been really fun.
Do you have a sweater?
Not at all.
Are you cold?
Freezing.
That they may be freezing right now, but they never seemed to be cold on the court now, did they? We'll announce the Wendy's Wooden Award for the women coming up in just a little bit on the College Basketball Awards.
I don't know any coach that doesn't take a piece of something from John Wooden.
He was the greatest example of how to be a gentleman.
Always teaching life lessons to his players.
Not only what his teams did on the court, but how he conducted himself on and off the court.
I think everybody that's ever coached the game of basketball past him has been touched by him.
The way he cared for his players on and off the court.
He is college basketball. His memory and his name will last forever.
He was always about his players. He was always about teaching. He was always about how do we get better. Success wasn't winning. It was, are we doing our best?
He coached that way. He lived that way. And he's still the greatest coach we've ever had and will be the greatest coach we ever have.
Our Saturday Saturday primetime game has James Harden, CP3, and the Rockets hosting Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Houston's locked up the best record in the NBA, while the Thunder are fighting to stay alive in the playoff race. Our coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central on ABC and the ESPN app. Ladies and gentlemen, here to present the John R. Wooden Women's Award. Please welcome the 2014 award winner and #1 WNBA draft pick that season, Chiney Ogwumike.
I feel really good. I feel really good. I'm power right here, so it's a blessing. Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to be back here with my Wooden Award family. And not too long ago in 2014, I was honored to receive this prestigious Wooden Award. But it was more than just an award. I remember just right here in Los Angeles. Are we going to run this back? How are we doing? I know, don't worry, I won't pull a La La Land or anything. I remember right here in LA, just a couple of us, fortunate athletes, over the course of a few days, shared some amazing memories together. We shared the stories of our seasons. We shared our battle scars. We even had a field trip visiting the ESPN LA studios. We were just some college kids in Hollywood with big eyes and even bigger dreams. And now, 4 years later, it is so humbling to be back here presenting the Wooden Award to a remarkable young woman who is sitting exactly where I was. And when I look back at that moment, I'm filled with so much joy because the Wooden Award, it represents people and values that are essential to not only our sport, but also values that we should cling to, especially right now in the world that we live in. This award represents people striving for success, both on and off the court, recognizing a special group of elite athletes that use their platform for power and positivity. And in all honesty, the Wooden Award was my first step in recognizing who I am and who I want to be. Fierce, female, athlete, all unapologetically. And each woman here, each young woman has all those characteristics. And I can only smile today because I stand here as a WNBA player. I am one of 144 wickedly talented women and woke women. I stand here also as a member of the ESPN family. And given those obvious circumstances, I've found my voice, both on and off the court. And you know what's ironic? When I was that young girl with big eyes and even bigger dreams, it was here where I found my future. It was here where I found my voice. Here at the Wooden Award, where my big sis, Nneka Ogwumike, who was the WNBA MVP in 2016, was nominated 2 times. As her little sister, her mere little sister that she still gets on, it gave me something to strive for. It gives all student athletes something to strive for. So let's take a look at the finalists.
Asia Durr, Louisville.
The 5'10" junior out of Douglasville, Georgia, the ACC player of this year. She has a scoring mentality. So slippery off the dribble.
As much of a smart plug as anybody.
Sabrina Ionescu, Oregon.
The Pac-12 Player of the Year.
5'11", a diverse skill set.
Her best attribute is her competitiveness.
Whatever a situation needs, she delivers.
Katie Lou Samuelson, Connecticut.
Such a smooth-looking shot.
The ability just to attack off the glass.
As good as anyone in the country at knocking down that shot.
The player that Gina Auriemma thinks ought to be the National Player of the Year.
Gabby Williams, Connecticut.
She's a difference maker.
That was pretty.
She can do things that no other woman in the game can do.
Gina Auriemma said, I challenge anybody in the country to find someone who makes as many big plays at both ends of the floor as Gabby Williams does.
Asia Wilson, South Carolina.
So easy to forget that she's 6'5" when she makes moves like that.
She's got speed, heart, hustle. She's the most versatile player in the country. How do you stop this?
And this year's winner does not need any help finding her voice. And her game is loud. National champion, player of the year, All-American, and we're just getting started. A'ja Wilson, South Carolina. Welcome to the Wooden Award family.
A'ja Wilson is South Carolina's first Women's Wooden Award winner. She ends her college career as the Gamecocks' all-time leader in points and blocks.
I brought my own. All right, we can work together. A'ja, congratulations. That was a remarkable introduction you just heard. Now that you've won the Women's Wooden Award, what's the responsibility that goes along with that?
Oh man, it's a lot of responsibility, but you know, it's something that God has placed in my path, and I know He hasn't brought me this far to leave me. So definitely taking in all the responsibility. I'm just blessed to have this award.
How does winning an award like this compare to winning a championship, or can you even compare them?
Man, I don't think I can compare it. This is something huge. This is something deeper than basketball. Even the national champion is a great thing, but this is something deeper than basketball. So this definitely take a lot of pride in this award. Thank you.
What was it like in the moments before you heard the announcement? Did the announcement warm you up a little bit?
Not at all. Still freezing. Goosebumps are still on my legs.
The goosebumps may be because you've joined an ethereal realm of great players. A'ja, congratulations on winning the Wooden Award for the women. A'ja Wilson from South Carolina, winning the Women's Wooden Award. Jay Billis standing by with a couple of the men's finals.
Reese, thank you. With Marvin Bagley III and DeAndre Ayton just moments away from the presentation of the John R. Wooden Award, if your name is called out as the recipient of the John R. Wooden Award, how would it feel?
It'll feel amazing. You know, you work so hard every single day. You put a lot of work in, and you know, a lot goes into it. So if I'm lucky enough to hear my name called, it'll be a blessing.
DeAndre?
Yeah, if my name was called, it would be a true blessing. Shows where the hard work is going. You know, it's an honor, and just like I said, it's a huge blessing.
Well, best of luck to both of you. Seth, take it away.
Trey, when you became the face of college basketball, what was going through your mind?
I mean, it's obviously a lot. I mean, being a 19-year-old young man, just everything coming at you, but I have a really good team, really good coaching staff that helped me block that out, and I just try to find a way to win games.
Great. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so
Jay
much.
Will.
Thanks, Seth. When I think about the Wooden Award, I think about being mentally tough. I'm next to two very mentally tough people, in Jalen Brunson and Devontae Graham. What epitomizes this award for you? What does this award stand for?
It's bigger than you. You know, it's bigger than basketball, like everybody's been saying, and you know, it's just about how you treat people, how you go about yourself on and off the court, and you just got to be, you know, a great player and a great person at the same time.
Jalen?
I gotta say the same thing, just being a great player, but also being a good person, being a citizen of this country, just trying to find your place as a person. It's bigger than basketball, like everyone said, so you just gotta take great pride in it, and it's really a blessing.
Well, we got great pride in the way you guys represent the game, and we got the award coming up next. DJ Hopper, take us away, man. Come on, give us some energetic music to break. One time, get the crowd standing up or something.
Man, we got one more award to give out, and it's the big one. It's the John R. Wooden Men's Player of the Year Award. Who will win college basketball's most prestigious honor when we come back? Don't go anywhere.
College Basketball Awards are presented by Wendy's, the official hamburger of the NCAA.
Getting set to present the John R. Wooden Player of the Year Award. Last night at the Duke's dinner, all the finalists had a good time. Trae Young visiting with the people. A'ja Wilson, the Women's Wooden Award winner, talking with former Villanova star Josh Hart, getting set to hand out some more hardware.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to present the John R. Wooden's Men's Award, Jay Billis, and the Chief Concept and Marketing Officer for Wendy's, Kurt Kane.
Well, Kurt, I know how proud Wendy's is to be associated and to sponsor the most prestigious award in all of college basketball, the John R. Wooden Award, and thank you for all you do for the game.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you, Jay. And let me just say, we are so excited to be here. You know, John Wooden once said, it takes time to create excellence. If it could be done quickly, more people would do it. You see, he didn't believe in cutting corners to get to success. At Wendy's, we don't cut corners either because quality matters. It's why quality has been our recipe since day one. As the official hamburger of the NCAA and a very proud sponsor of the Wooden Award, not to mention huge fans of college basketball, we're honored to be here tonight to recognize those who have excelled both on and off the court. Let's take one more look now at our finalists.
DeAndre Ayton, the future on display.
I have not seen a player of his caliber at this level since Shaquille O'Neal.
Marvin Bagley III has been absolutely spectacular.
Full service from 35 tonight. Jalen Brunson. He is showing why I believe he's the best point guard in the nation. Look at Brunson one more time. Tough shot.
How many big-time plays is Devontae Graham going to make in this season?
Devontae Graham knocks down a triple. Nobody's playing better than the Sooner freshman point guard.
You're going to be entertained by Trae Young.
With a hand in his face.
That would be the Steph Curry comparison.
Well, Kurt, do the honors.
It'd be my pleasure. On behalf of Wendy's, it is my honor to present the 2018 John R. Wooden Award to, from Villanova University, Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson is the first Villanova player to win the Wooden Award. He's also the first player to win a national championship and the Wooden Award in the same year since Anthony Davis did it in 2012.
Great job.
More hardware, Jalen. Congratulations. This season on College Game Day, we ran a great piece about you developing your skills as a basketball player under the tutelage of your father when you were young and how at times you guys really went at it tough. Now that this has been the culmination of that, what does it mean to you?
It really, truly does mean a lot. Just to know that my dad puts his blood, sweat, and tears in everything I do, and his job, and it really does mean a lot to myself and my family. And just knowing that he cares about me, knowing that he loves me, deterring when he's a father and a coach definitely does help. So I'm just really proud that I just have a father like him.
What's the significance of you being the first Villanova player to win this award?
It really does mean a lot. There's been so many great players that have come through Villanova, so many great coaches as well. Just to have those players and just to be the first one, it definitely does mean a lot. It's something I take great pride in, and it's something I'm really going to cherish forever.
How would you describe your career? I mean, 2 national championships, the Wooden Award, a legacy at your school. What's most meaningful to you?
I got to say it's definitely the national championships. That's one of the most important things to me, just to be able to do that with my brothers. The relationships I have with them, it definitely does mean a lot. So just to do it with my guys, the guys I really truly love and always go and hard work with, it really does mean a lot.
Jalen, most deserving. Congratulations. Jalen Brunson, your 2018 John R. Wooden Player of the Year Award winner. It's been a great night here at the Novo in Los Angeles. Jalen winning the Wooden Award, the culmination of a spectacular season. Thank all of you for joining us at home and everybody who's joined us here in Los Angeles. Congratulations to all of the winners and all of the finalists. Thanks for being with us. Can't wait to get another college basketball season started. It won't be long. We'll see you later, everybody.
Tonight, the City of Angels host high drama as featherweight